How was your weekend? Welcome to Words of Wisdom and Guidance. Well, beautiful day. I don't know about you guys, but this energy is still very much a little bit going into what is in the past, having a look at a few things. Things are coming in. I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but I'm definitely feeling it. Let's do our inner temple oracle attunement and get ourselves aligned and get to seeing what is our guidance right now from Spirit Team. I activate and step into my inner temple now, portal of my heart, home of my soul. Through the portal of my heart, I connect with my inner temple. Through each of my body senses, I connect with my inner temple. Sacred below me, sacred above me, sacred around me, and sacred within me. I activate the wisdom and power that has always been deep within. May these cards deliver clear messages and reflections to me and all who use them for the highest interest of all. I am guided. I am led. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right then. So beautiful opportunities today for some guidance for the weekend. What is coming? How are you feeling? I mean, we're still crossing that bridge. I'm feeling we're still crossing the bridge. My experiences today have been, I woke this morning and looked outside and there was a big cross in the sky from the planes, you know, and I thought X marks the spot. Something today is going to be very magical. Hasn't really happened as yet. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I didn't have much motivation to do anything. I got myself up and I had a list of stuff I wanted to do. However, after doing a bit of Qigong and moving my energy, I then thought, right, what shall I do? And I just decided I was going to mow the lawn outside. I was going to repot my plants. So I have my beautiful aloe plant, and I'll just show you. He was in such a little pot that now he's in a great big pot. Look how beautiful he is on my windowsill. He loves it up there. So he got a little replant. So I did some nature stuff, really. I had a lovely walk. I've been up with the horses. I did some washing. I have done some tidying. I've done eating, and I've been taking my tablets. So I've been very good. But yeah, I saw my parents for a few 20 minutes. I was like, yeah, not much else. Not much else. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what is to come. What is our guidance today? Let's get the guidance from the calendar first of all. Sweetness comes after bitterness. And you know that is so apt because I think there's been a little bit. If you guys feel the same, please let me know. A little bit of past thoughts, a little bit of past chat. I've had a couple of conversations with my sister. I feel like, yeah, there's this sort of the energy that is sort of just lingering. And yeah, sweetness comes after bitterness. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. Can you still trust in this? You know, can you still believe that even though it's been really tough? And I've had this thought that, you know, what I did, I'm looking at the Gribori numbers. Wish fulfillment 4610567 4610567. Oh, let me get a pen. 4610567. Right, 4610567. Make sure you write it down. Say it as often as you can. That's the Gribori number for wish fulfillment today. And that's kind of how I was feeling with the X marks the spot. And yet, yeah, nothing really has arrived. I've got a book that I hadn't ordered. Yeah, nothing. So we will see. There we go. We do what we do. Keep going. Maybe there's a surprise. Sensuality. Oh, and funny, I was talking about this to my sister today. The High Priestess card that came out yesterday in our Priestess Oracle, very much about, you know, owning your divine love, and then sensuality is about really honoring your body, who you are, making that sensual feeling very important to you. So that's really interesting that that's come out with this beautiful rose. And Chamber of Healing. So there may be still some sort of healing that needs to be done. Maybe it's within yourself, obviously, because we are thinking there's the darkest night underneath. We're thinking very much about, where is my, sorry, I'm just looking for my, there it is, my stand, because I've moved everything around now. I don't know where anything is. So yeah, sensuality, some sort of healing. Are you still thinking of you, your body, as being beautiful? Are you still looking at yourself in a wondrous way? Are you reawakening? And it's really connected to our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, and our root chakra. So be very aware of that as we move with this energy now going forward. And the chamber of healing, of course, it is very important. It's always happening. Wholeness isn't static. This card comes with a tender message to trust your innate ability to heal through the changing seasons of your life. To stop seeing yourself as broken, or to think of healing as something you need to do before you truly live. For to heal is to change, evolve, and to grow. Healing can be a slow, steady process. And I know the conversation I had with my sister earlier this morning, it is about that past thoughts. And it's taken a long time for me to get to a place of understanding and acceptance. So if you don't see yourself as unhealed or broken, what would you do? How are you going to be called to prioritize your healing? So maybe by really feeling into your sensual self, your sensual side. Let's read this one as well. I think this is a really important message for, well, for me anyway, but maybe for somebody else who's picking this up. You know, looking after your vessel and really, you know, honoring who you are as a person. Really important. Sensuality, I can't find it. Where is it? There it is. It's a different from sexuality. The best way to get into the present moment and connect with the pulse of life is to become aware of your senses. So smell, taste, touch. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? So is there something maybe you're ignoring from your senses? You know, I've had this eye problem, you know, my sight. And it's really has sort of, it hasn't stopped my channeling, my third eye, my intuition, but it's stopped my 3D sight, if that makes sense. And it's quite important to recognize that difference. Listen with your whole body, experience life more fully. The body senses are so repressed or numbed out. And I was saying that to my sister, I feel like my inner goddess is really numb. She's in a coma. I mean, I need to really reawaken my sensuality. And that's all your senses. That's your emotions. That's your solar plexus. So do a little bit of healing. Caress yourself, embrace yourself, experience yourself more fully. The sensual body is sacred. So what makes you feel more alive? How can you taste life a little more fully? Make something really nice to eat, some yummy food. I kind of feel like I've been going through a bit of motion with food lately, but tonight I've got my lamb chops and I enjoy my lamb chops. So I'm going to really enjoy having those. Inner temple activation, I choose to drop more fully into my sensual true nature and allow myself to receive the pleasure of life through my body's senses. Okay, so still very much about preparation, isn't it, of how we're feeling and what we are going to be experiencing. I truly believe we are being awakened for a reason. For this next chapter, and this is all part of this sweetness comes after bitterness. So yeah, it could be a little bit hard when we think about how we're feeling. You know, a lot of people don't like to lean into their feelings, so maybe you need to be leaning into your feelings a lot more going forward over the next coming days till this energy really changes again. Okay, right, we have got the shaman's dream. You may be having dreams, and when we have dreams, often we're in a dream state and our body is very relaxed and natural, and you feel emotions quite intensely. And if you are waking up like screaming or crying or aroused or, you know, shivering, or there's an intense emotion, look at it and really feel into it, because it is your body, your subconscious, your higher self telling you something. And I'm not talking about night sweats and things like that. Deep quiet. Here we go. Meditation and stillness. Yeah. I think I've done meditations today 3 times. I've been really, I think that's why I felt like I did this morning. This is a number 11 as well. So really lean into that. I think that's why I felt very much about this feeling of I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was just doing it. And I knew then what I was doing was, you know, making my grass, cutting the grass and watering the plants and changing the plants over. And I felt like I was a little bit just into that sort of mindset. And yet I knew I had to do it, but I didn't want to do it. Does that make sense? So I just allowed the energy to take my body and make me do whatever it needed to do. So I think this is what this meditation and stillness is all about. We've got to really bring about that clarity. And whilst you're doing that, if you're in meditation, you might get the answers you seek. You might get a little bit of a wish fulfillment. You might actually get a clarity on something. You might make an internal change that becomes the external push. Does that make sense? When deep quiet appears, it is a message from the cosmos calling you to stillness, to step outside the concerns of your everyday life. This does not mean to slow down and take a breath, although that is a good start. The cosmos is inviting you to go deep to that place where the noise stops and there is only the vast emptiness of inner space. When we don't respond to the invitation offered by deep quiet, life can stop us in our tracks with an illness or a crisis. My eye. Can you see? So that is something I've been very called to do. And I thought I was doing quite a good job of balancing my work and my my spiritual practice. But I think my rest, and I was being called to rest a lot last weekend, and I did do it, but I probably didn't do it enough, because hence my eye got infection. Listen to the still small voice. Remember that you want to catch spirit on a whisper, not a shout. And it is only human to argue that you are too busy to slow down, that you don't have the time, the inclination, or the money for a retreat. Do not let any of these reasons get the better of you. Stop the world and enter the deep quiet before you come to a crashing halt. So chamber of healing, sensuality, your emotions, really getting to that depth of where it lies. What is the story? What is your body trying to tell you? What is the feelings trying to tell you? After you have said yes to this invitation, you will find that the world can get along quite well without the need for you to manage it. You will enjoy the freedom that comes with stillness, the clarity and spaciousness offered by the silence. Yeah, okay. Let's see if there's anything else Shaman's Dream would like to give us as guidance, please. Okay. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Interesting. And I think a lot of the time when we get to the depth of those emotions, especially in meditation, and when we actually stop and really lean into those emotions and assess, we often find that, you know, we get this inner wisdom, this wisdom of knowing. I don't know how I know that, but I know that. You know, magic kind of happens from this ancestral wisdom. So the lay of the land, number 34, which is a 7, very important. And then we've got 43. So 43, 34, or 3443. I've put it underneath this one. So we have got overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Okay, interesting. It's like 2 very different energies. Then we have the spirit of the river. Wow, 50. Movement towards adventure. Beloved, radical acceptance underneath. Okay, we've got 2. And Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. So there is something to do with radical acceptance of something. movement towards an adventure. Interesting. All right, well, let's have a little look at these. Let's see where this is taking us today. What is the story here? This is very important to recognize, I feel. I don't know why. I've got 11 and 12 as well, and 34 and 43. Right, lay of the land, first of all, number 34. There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. This is one of those times, and what you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and have wisdom for you to rely on and reflect upon. It's interesting how we've got this with the movement towards adventure, spirit, river. So there's definitely spirit. You know, I said we're still on that bridge. We're still being prepared. I still very much feel it. And yet wish fulfillment was our Grabori number. So tapping into ourselves and really sensually understanding ourselves in such a deep sort of knowing. As soon as this opens up, I feel like this power is going to come. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. So this is a little bit of difficulty at the minute, possibly, but it's definitely going to bring out some very different changes for you and your life. This is a wonderful time to seek a mentor or good advice from an expert or elder. That way you'll be able to meet life's opportunities and challenges well informed. Well, that's what we're doing. I said, let's get our guidance for today. Knowing you have a map, now that you can be curious about what else is here. This is a path that promises success in all areas where others before you have dared to tread. You will discover the treasure they have left behind for you to make your own. Wow. And I'm just going to go with 43 as well, because we've got the overflow. Too much, overwhelm, and plenty. So many good things are headed your way or are already occurring in your life right now. Yet you may be thinking then they're not possible or you're not worthy of them. So that's where the sensuality comes. You have got to tap in to how much you are beautiful, how much you are worth right now, because this new change is gonna call on you. Look at the fire in that energy. It's going to call on you to really be ready. Right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. There is so much beauty and love. Opportunities and divine synchronicities destined to support your dreams abound and are lined up for you. Yet it's sometimes difficult to discern it all because you're bombarded with too much information and stimulation, distracting you from the truth. All is well. Deep, quiet meditation. Come back. Come back. Absolutely. This is why Spirit are making you stop right now. And it can be a bit frustrating, can't it? Because we're like, oh, I want something to happen. What did I say? I said, oh, no, nothing's much happened today, but X marks the spot. It might not be today. Wow. Sometimes all this overflow can be overwhelming. You may find yourself responding with empathy overload. Empathy overload occurs when you tune into the collective angst and fear about impending changes and uncertainties. It's unimaginable. You feel like you're drowning in these emotions. It's time to allow yourself to detach. Bring yourself back to your life. Restore your faith in a power greater than you and remind yourself to focus on your smaller personal universe. What did I do today? That's so crazy. In this way, you know that you are a conduit for life's blessings and can share them with others, which I do. I share with you, my darlings. Absolutely. Right, number 50. Let's have a look. Spirit of the river, movement towards adventure. The spirit of the river, allowing and trusting the current. The spirit of the river invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is an addiction to fixing what has gone bad. That is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good. and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There is nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting, as the situations in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. Recognize this, step back, and trust the flow. There's no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it is time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Next week's going to be exciting. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the spirit of the river. Simply let go. Enjoy the ride. All will be well. Trust it. This is incredible. We've also now got the Dragon's Hoard and Beloved that came out. We're going to go with Beloved. Loving what is, beloved. Look at the fire on that heart. It almost looks like, I can almost see like a dragon in there. It's crazy. When the beloved appears, it requires 100% of your heart, body, and soul. So there it is, sensuality, tapping into all of your senses, really coming back within, diving deep within your soul, my friend, deep within your soul. Let's do it together. This is beautiful. Know that this card comes as a mirror to show you the divine within and invite your radical acceptance of everything you consider beautiful or ugly in your being. I'm going to have to love my fat tummy and my conky eye. Anyway, let's just do it together. The beloved may not be a person at all. It might be a business venture, a project, or an adventure calling for your full attention. Love it, let it light you up, and give it your all. Surrender to this truth and know that you are gaining a passport to bliss, even when it feels that you are being consumed by the fire of the beloved. Do not hold back or be afraid, for you will emerge transformed. Surrender is the key. Allow yourself to be loved. Usher the harsh critic out of your door and shut your eyes and ears to the judgment of others who have not been ignited by the divine blaze consuming you. For they will only attempt to douse your fire and leave you choking on the smoke. Be careful you are not seduced by false promises or falling prey to your extraordinary abilities to sabotage your dreams and desires. Sink with and sink into your heart and trust your sense of what is true, and you will know what to do. The true beloved is never false. Every gift proffered is valuable. Recognize the many faces of the beloved and welcome them into your heart. You will be so glad you did. And it's on page 5. That is transformation. And 2 is about balance, duality, harmony. So stay in that. Focus in you. That's all you can do right now, because what is to be will be. Just stay with this energy. It's going to change and transform so much for us, both you and me. Definitely. Right, so the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity. You can fill your satchel with the treasures you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own well-being. But be aware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness or your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we have all been waiting for. So do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do. Oh, that is so beautiful. Let's say a beautiful, simple prayer. Beautiful dragon, we offer you this wonderful lunch of opportunity and blessings, and we're thankful and grateful, and yeah, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so lovely. So can we do this together? Okay, so right, I had to just put some lighting on because it's gone a little bit dark. So that is a beautiful guidance for today. We have got beautiful new transpersonal. Look at that. Wow, they just said to me, have a look on the bottom. Number 60, watchers, transpersonal. So something is really taking place right now that you can't yet see. I'm hearing you can't yet see it. Very important. Serendipity, the observer, witness. When watchers appears, it's an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, and one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. So remember that you are to take this step into the meditation and stillness, really, because the overwhelm, it's going to be a huge shift, a huge change. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events and actions of others. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. The watchers invite you to break free from the linear causal pace of the petty day-to-day, rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only sacred witness. And that is why we are on this flow. We're being told, go with the spirit of the river, the flow of this energy. Allow it to direct you. Very powerful, powerful guidance for us today. That is incredible. I'm just saying. I'm being told to get an intuitive whispers card. Where is the whispers? Intuitive whispers, because our intuition will whisper and our ego will shout. Okay, so we want to stay in that sensuality. We want to stay in just listening for the nudge, listening for the guidance, listening to that message and sign that is to come, and know when it's ready. This wish fulfillment is yours, my friend. It's going to come, but you've got to be ready and open and willing to accept it in its form, without judgment, without worry, without any, but a knowing that it's meant for you. And when we have that complete peace and knowing who we are, what we're in, we can happily move forward. So trust yourself right now. Very important. Trust yourself. Your higher self is bringing you this detail. Emotions are energy in motion. So again, you might be called to do a Kundalini awakening. It might be a Kundalini awakening you'll suddenly go through. I feel it very strongly right now. I think this is what's going to be, because it's very powerful, a Kundalini awakening. And that's why when we think about our sensuality, it's very much about that inner goddess. It's that power within. It's that, connecting your heart, mind, body, your soul, making everything work in tandem with each other. And you know, when you sort of go and you do some dancing and you feel the energy of the music and you love dancing and moving your body and you feel happy, and that's the kind of energy this is. And it's going to come in very powerfully, and it's going to awaken within you. Your body is like a book right now. So listen to your emotions. Your body is speaking to you. And finally, we have inspiration hunt. Look at this portal. It's going, all this emotion, all this water, beautiful, clean, clear, crisp. It feels like it's very open, very honest. Inspiration. It's going to, yeah, you'll know where to go. You'll know what you're meant to be doing. Definitely. I have no doubt about it. Right, I did put, funny enough, my rose quartz heart on top of the tarot cards that have called to me to come out today. Unusually, don't always do tarot, do I? But they've called to me. So we are going to get the tarot deck today, and we're going to see what tarot is going to confirm that is on this table of this guidance. Okay, being very open and trusting of yourself, your healing. What is the guidance from tarot to confirm on the table? Your body is like a book. It's credible. Number 23, which is a 5. We've got 23, 24, 26, 11, 12. We've got quite a couple of numbers here that are literally together. 23, 24, 11, 12, you know, that sort of thing. And I feel like it's because there's movement, but it's not quick movement. It's because you've got to keep in with this flow. You can't go ahead of it. You can't allow it to take you when you're not ready. It will have to be in an alignment. Very strong. Okay, let's call in the guidance then with this tarot deck and see what is going to come out. I feel like that's quite a lot, to be honest. Okay, right. So we have got over here the Ace of Pentacles. It was so funny because it sort of jumped out on top of trust yourself, which is over radical acceptance, and movement towards adventure. And that's exactly what that looks like, doesn't it? Off you go down the path, being guided, being, you know, Pentacles is about stability and you know, having maybe the finances to do something and maybe go on an adventure. That came out very strongly. And emotions are energy in motion. So, you know, I think you're going to suddenly have this inspiration. You're going to suddenly get the all clear, off you go feeling. Okay, that is going with the flow and just allowing the energy to take you where it was. Just like I did in a little way today, where I just didn't know what I was going to do. I had loads on my list to do, and then I just did what made me feel happy, and I was quite content with that. We've got the Knight of Wands. And our Knight of Wands often is, you know, all about sort of, he comes in with, you know, strength and power. And, you know, you can see him standing here, but his wand is lit. It's like very much this sort of radical acceptance with the Knight of Wands. You know, he is here. Trust yourself. Be who you are. Stand up for what you believe in. He's coming in with that forceful, you know, your energy is going to take on this very, I'm quite okay to go on an adventure on my own if I have to feel, okay? We've also got the Temperance card. So Temperance, you can see here, she's sort of holding the cup, thinking, very sort of looking down. She doesn't look particularly happy, but that's almost like she knows that the balance of everything will maintain itself. She's looking down. She's holding that cup. And, you know, I feel like, again, it's sort of confirming this emotions are energy and motion feeling. It's almost like waiting for the offering. She's looking down. She's not feeling particularly ready. It's almost like she's just holding on to something there. But it's with a firm, open palm, and the cup is quite balanced. Along with that came the Seven of Pentacles. There's something you've been building. It almost feels the same with the Temperance card. You know, this sort of balance, this sort of, you've been building something. You're looking up now. You know, gosh, I can't go any higher. You know, if I put one more thing on, it's going to topple over. So something that is it's now ready. That's what I'm hearing. It is now ready. It is ready. And you know about this. You're very aware of what this is. Very, very aware. And you know, you can see you're sort of still holding in the middle a little bit here. So is this going to topple? Is this going to sprout? Is something going to happen? It's kind of like that energy. And it's the same with the Temperance. She's sort of, okay, I know it's there. When is it going to happen? We've got the Lovers card. So there is something to do with possibility of this beloved, radical. It doesn't have to be a person. But I'm feeling very strongly that with the sensuality, knowing yourself after all this healing and everything, you've really come to a place of acceptance for who you are, and love can come in, but loving yourself, loving who you are. And we have got the Eight of Pentacles as well. So definitely abundance, abundance of stability, abundance of love, abundance, you know, after all the work that you've done, carefully building everything. Okay. Definitely feels like that is going to be what our guidance is. Stick with yourself right now, very much so. Two cards on the floor. We have a little Page of Pentacles. So young energy, or something that is just starting to mature, something that's just coming out. That came out with the Seven of Cups. So lots of options and lots of things that are stacked to, you know, good things that are going to be coming. But it's early days. And, you know, the Page is sort of, often they are messengers as well. They often come in with new ideas. It can spark something. Okay. And because you've got quite a nice foundation, okay, of something that you've been really working hard on, I feel like you, and what you've been working hard on is yourself. It's you. You have built yourself. So mind, body, soul, sensuality, knowing who you are, that you are beautiful just as you are, that you are deserving of everything, that you are worthy now, that you're definitely not going to allow anyone with the Watchers. You're not going to allow anyone knock you, dim your light, stop you, because there is no need for it. No need at all. And the Empress card is on the bottom. So yeah, it is this inner power, beautiful inner power, strong power that you're going to be given. This radical acceptance of who you are, what you deserve, what you desire, your wish fulfillment. It's going to come true. And it's because of this. So when you're ready, the door will open, off you'll go, because you have got this power, this strength, this knowing, this belief. That is so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, well, I hope that is a good enough guidance for you for today. It certainly is for me. I mean, that is just lovely to think that we are on the right track. We're being prepared for this new abundance of love and, you know, everything you've been building and working towards. Lots of things that are going to come about, an adventure that you absolutely, I mean, you can't see round that corner, but you're just going to set off. You're just going to know. You're going to trust yourself. Trust yourself. Look at these beautiful wings all spread. Yes, I can do this. Go with this flow of the river. Go with the water. Go with the flow. It's telling you it's time. Your journey is beginning and you're getting prepared for it. Temperance is that inner knowing, and you know it. As you're balancing everything, you know it. You don't need to look up, because you'll just be going. Don't need to look. This Kundalini awakening, this energy is going to be very powerful to take you. And you'll get the message, you'll get the sign, you'll get the knowing. Your torch will be lit for you. And off you will go. So, beautiful cards. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe if you can. Really just to keep the channel going, and other people that may need the guidance, you know, to come across the channel. So we're all here to help each other. So God bless. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.